How can we profile a person from one single track? There's actually a checklist of a question which help us to start to create the identity of the author of the track, is what I personally define also as a profiling the person. So profiling the person from one single track is only possible when we are dealing with a good substrate, like in this case when we are dealing with snow. So it's about working with the track traps, it's about working with the terrain which offer us all the details I can be put together in order to create, as I said, the ID of the person itself. So usually I tell my students that there's a sort of a checklist of questions that we need to answer in order to start to gain these details. Details, they become data for us, and after that we process data in a logical manner in order to start putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and as a final outcome to have the approximate idea, more or less the more accurate as possible, hopefully, about the author of the tracks. So let's take a look on the ground what we can have here in terms of a pretty total track, even if it's a pretty much beaten trail, as you can see, and see how it works. So for example, if I focus on this um, pretty total track, it's not actually completely, but it's not bad to create our ID of the subject. So first of all, we establish the direction of travel, that it's pretty clear. So this way to go. We are dealing with a left footprint left by a boot, a flat shoes, or smart shoes. This is a good question. So what we have to take care about is how the sole was kind of attached to the substrate. In this case, we can notice that there's a little bit of a gap. So we can say that definitely the person was actually wearing a pair of boots and not tennis shoes, not flat shoes, of course, and fortunately, I would say also no smart shoes. Another detail that we can gain is the approximate height of the subject by, in this case, placing myself exactly in the nearbys at safety distance, as I always recommend, in order to get the idea. So the subject is actually a little bit taller than me. In my case, I'm 173 centimeters tall. I would say that the subject is more or less around 180-85 centimeters tall. What else we can get from that? That the person in this case was walking a little bit, let's say, pushing a little bit more in the internal part, as it happened also to another subject that I cover in a short previous video. I can notice that from this small ball, which is more definitely pronounced if we compare this part to the external part. Other details are related to the pace. The subject was simply walking. And what about the age of the track? All the irregularities are pretty much available, the details are sharpened. So, by considering also the consistency of the snow itself, the temperature, the elevation, the altitude, and as well as the morphology of the area, which is actually this very epic scenario, I could say that the track has been left no more than 1 hour ago.